As a kid growing up in Belize, pancakes were not a popular part of breakfast. If we weren't eating oatmeal, we would have eggs, fried beans, and fried jack. Welcome to the Bare Pantry Show. If you're looking for authentic Belizean recipes, then you're in the right place. My name is Barbara, and this is Cooking Made Simple. I come from Belize City, and Joe comes from Sand Hill. In Belize City, we call it fried jack. Joe call it fried cake. All right, it's the same thing. So 1 cup of flour, easy to make. And I know that other cultures make this, but for me, this is a Belizean thing because I grew up on it. Teaspoon of baking powder, some salt if you want some salt in there, but I don't want any salt. I watch my salt. And I'm using lactose-free milk because I'm lactose intolerant. It's about a couple ounces of milk. Go ahead and screenshot this, guys. These are the ingredients. As far as the milk is concerned, I don't ever use coconut milk or evaporated milk, just the milk that we drink. And it's normally whole milk or low-fat milk, 2%, 1%, or this lactose-free milk, all right? You see how quickly that came together, guys? Oh, let me get this ring off because it's being annoying. Quickly came together. So it's just pretty much fried dough, all right? And I know that the Native Americans have this too. I learned that after we started doing the show. Shout out to my Native brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, I'm 15% Native, according to the DNA thing. So it's just like when you're making bread. I just want to go ahead and knead the dough until it becomes a smooth ball. Take my time. If it's sticky, I'm going to put more flour. If not, just continue to roll it on the countertop. Let me go ahead and remove the excess dough off my fingers. And then I'm going to go get my hands washed off and dried. Look, I made another one. I made another batch. Same amount. 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 3 to 5 ounces of milk. Because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that, all right? So for this one, we're going to make 3 pieces. And then just use the rolling pin. If you don't have a rolling pin, use like a glass soda bottle, use a drinking glass that's smooth, and roll it out, all right? Now I'm trying to make it into a perfect circle, but I suck at that. So I'm going to do the best I can. And I keep moving the dough because I don't want it to stick on the counter. So now I cut it in half and then cut slits into the 2 halves. Let's do another one so you guys can see. Just squish it with the rolling pin. Make it into a round disc, I guess, for lack of a better word. Put some more flour. And once it's flat enough, it's about 1/8 of an inch thick. All right? Let me go ahead and grab my little knife and cut in half and then slits. So this is the second one. And then I have one more to do just like this. Cut it. And see how the slits are? That's going to make it fry better, okay? So I have 3 pieces. Now let me show you what my mom used to do with this. She would roll out the whole thing, so she didn't cut it into 3, like what Joe does. She just rolls this whole thing out flat to about 1/8 of an inch thick. And then she does this. See? Now this way, some of them are smaller, and you get about 8 pieces. The other way, you only get 6 pieces. And normally one person will eat 2 pieces. So it's the same thing, just a different design. Just wanted to give some honor to my mom. So the oil is canola oil that I'm using. You can use vegetable oil. About 2 to 2.5 cups. I'm running out of oil here, guys. And while that heats up, look at my veggies for the eggs. Alright guys, so Joe refried some beans earlier today. We had some Belizean stew beans left over, and we refried those. I put some butter in the skillet because we're going to do the fried jack or the fried cake today with breakfast stuff. So I have spinach, tomatoes, sweet peppers, onion, hot peppers, and I'm going to do that with some eggs. And my oil is getting hot. This is getting ready to do the eggs while this is frying because we want everything to be ready together, okay? So let me go ahead and put some of my stuff in here. Let me go ahead and get my vegetables in. And normally Joe would be helping me with the breakfast, like he'd be frying the fried jack while I do the eggs or vice versa. But because I am recording this as a show today, I'm doing everything by myself while he runs the camera. Shout out to Joe. Let me go ahead and whisk this with my fork. So you know what? I found some leftover steak that we had in the fridge, like a little piece. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it up and put it in here. Give this a stir. The steak is already cooked, all right? So this is looking pretty good, guys. I'm so glad I found the steak. Sometimes I'll have leftover baked chicken and I'll put that in too. So now it's time to fry the fried jack. So this is Joe's version. 2 pieces. Now let me get the eggs. Allow this to cook. So breakfast is coming along pretty nicely right now. Let me put the tomatoes. I always put the tomatoes in last because I don't want them to get too mushy. Most of the times I just eat this egg medley for my breakfast. I will share this with Joe. But on the weekends, like maybe on a Saturday or a Sunday, we'll do the fried jack for breakfast. So it's a treat. Let me flip it over before it burns. So it's just a matter of frying it until it's brown on both sides. I'm holding this one down because this little spot right here is white. I think I need to put more oil. But you guys saw that I ran out of oil. So now the eggs are pretty much done. And this one's done. So let me go ahead and put it on this plate. And then butter it. Put as much butter as you desire. Or you have the option of not putting any butter at all because it'll still taste great because it is fried. Now let me grab a platter so I can plate my eggs. Grab my skillet. Dump the whole thing on this one plate. And then let me set this aside and take care of the rest of the fried jacks. So the second pair is done. You go ahead and put some butter. Well, before that, let me put the third pair in because my oil is getting kind of overheated. Then put the butter. Now I'm frying the pieces in the style of my mom's. So this is her version. See? Same thing, right? Just a different design. So let me go ahead and make a plate for Joe. Do you guys do that? When you're doing the cooking, do you serve the other people first and then serve yourself last? I tend to do that, and Joe tends to do that when he's cooking. He'll serve himself last. This is the fried beans. And then a piece of the fried jack. And now this is what my American family does with it. They will sprinkle powdered sugar. I know Belizeans are going to drag me for this, but you know what? Don't knock it till you try it. Alright guys, so I did not put butter on the ones that's the style of my mom's. This is how my mom would do it. Because we can always like toast these up and eat them later. Alright, when they're cold. But if you have butter on it, it's gonna like melt in your toaster. So this is a plate right here. Well, me and Joe are gonna split this because Jada said she didn't want any. Why? Because she want bacon. But we have steak. Look, see? Steak with the eggs. And Joe fried his refried beans a little bit too thick for my liking. I leave mine's more watery, but it's still good. You don't have eggs and all that, you could just eat it with the beans. You could eat it with Belizean stewed chicken, stewed beef. Right here I showed you guys. My American side of the family, they put powdered sugar on it. Hey, and I make it with milk because to me it tastes better and it's more fluffy than making it with water. But if that's what you're used to, go ahead and make it with water, right? Let me taste my beans. This is a bomb breakfast today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can know when I upload another video. Also check out my Belizean cookbook at barepantryshow.com. Bye now.